Hey everyone, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Today's Saturday, July 22nd. Hope you're having a great weekend. And in this video, we're going to be discussing some rapid fire news that went on from July 8th to the 21st. Going to give an update on that. I didn't do it last week because I was out of commission. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell to be notified on any future videos or when I go live. I started a new format. This was the first video from June 30th to July 7th. I covered the news for that week. But again, I did miss the previous week because I was in Calgary at the Stampede with family and I was traveling, and then I hurt my back. I tore a back muscle. And then I think I had some sort of spasming that was going on. So that set me out of commission for about 4 days, but feeling much better and glad to be back. Also, Tilray going to be launching some new international hemp drinks due to International Hemp Month. And they're going to be some CBD cocktails. You can see here they have a margarita, strawberry daiquiri, and they have a peach Bellini and a mojito. So that looks pretty sweet. I can't wait to try those. I'll keep everybody posted. I'll be doing some more product reviews and whatnot on the channel as well. But Schumer says passing MJ banking bill will not be easy and needs GOP support as he sets agenda for summer. Moreover, with regards to safe banking, state MJ associates rally to urge the MJ banking bill vote without further delay. Try not to say that word. Also, Senate GOP MJ banking sponsor and key chairman at odds over the next step for safe banking bill. And I would have to agree. I don't think that it's really going to be I don't think that this is going to be the catalyst that drives us out of this bear market and starts a new bull market. I think we're going to potentially see HHS review of the classification. So whether it gets rescheduled or descheduled, I think that has the best odds to lift us out of this bear market and potentially start a new multi-year bull market. Also, the White House officials discuss MJ reform with top Wisconsin Senate Democrat. So we're seeing a lot of movement on the regulation front in the U.S. and states give MJ data to Biden administration for rescheduling review. So we're coming up on that 1 year mark. And like I said, into the fall, I think that we could potentially see this happen and be the biggest catalyst for the space. And depending on the rescheduling, we could even solve the 280E tax code, and we could even solve the uplisting to the NYSE and the NASDAQ anyway. So I think that has the biggest potential, where I think safe banking could potentially be another letdown as it has been proven to be in the past. Also, Pennsylvania Senate panel advances medical MJ reform bills. We also had Virginia governor not interested in legalizing adult use MJ sales. So not the news we want to see there, but unfortunately it is what it is. And we're starting to see lots of individual states though kind of conform and capitulate and start to embrace this medicine of the future. So the fact that we're seeing more and more states is just a sign of the times, right? It's just a domino effect, and it's game theory playing out. Once a few start, it's just a matter of time before the rest follows. Arkansas medical MJ sales eclipse 141 million in the first half of 2023, and Massachusetts total record 151.8 million in monthly MJ sales. Also, Michigan MJ sales set a monthly record in June. So they rose 6% in June from the longer May to a record 260.8 million. On a per day basis, sales grew 8.8%. The growth of 39.2% from a year ago was up from 31.9% level last month. We also had MJ Company staging the Boston Tea Party style protest over federal tax code 280E. So again, I mentioned this earlier that depending on the rescheduling, if we get a really great favorable outcome, or we get maybe even descheduling, that would solve the federal tax code 280E that's really hindering the industry, right? So essentially, they're not able to write off certain operating expenses and things like that, and it's really eating into their profit. And some companies are not able to make a profit, right? They're spending more than they're taking in. A lot of that has to do with that taxation and that burden of 280E. Also, Germany unveils draft bill to legalize MJ. I've covered this a few different times, but that's an article from Forbes if you want to check that out. Again, I'm not diving into the details and the nitty-gritty of all these articles because I'm trying to keep them around 10 minutes long, these videos. But if you want to dive into it more, this is just to bring it up to your attention, and then you can research it on your own time. Also, Scotland's government calls for drug decriminalization. So again, we're starting to see this more and more across the globe, and it's great to see. Love to see it. Ukraine draft medical MJ law passes first hurdle. So majority of Ukraine's parliament voted in favor after the first reading of a draft law to establish legal footing for medical MJ production and distribution in the Eastern European nation. So another step in the right direction. Also, Albania passes medical MJ law as well. So again, we're starting to see that game theory playing out. Also, MJ legalization law officially takes effect in Luxembourg. We also had the Canadian government to start testing legal and illegal MJ. So a new Canadian government initiative will see federal MJ regulator Health Canada randomly buy and test legal MJ products as well as illegal MJ sourced from law enforcement agencies for comparative analysis. Looking forward to see, and we know that the Canadian government is reviewing the MJ Act here in Canada. So into the fall, we could even see some improvements to marketing, labeling, things like that. Taxation, that would be a great one as well. Also, Ontario MJ Store joins calls to raise Canada's THC edibles cap. We know there's a limit on each edible package. It can only be no more than 10 milligrams. So again, in the US, they've got 100 milligram, right? You can buy a THC edible that has 100 milligrams. So here in Canada, still at that 10 milligram cap, and that's really helping the black market still thrive, right? We know that edibles and things like that and concentrates are basically the best way for the black market to continue to make a profit, right? And actually, basically their flower is just completely eaten away, right? Some people just do it because of they know somebody or they've been dealing with them forever. But as we've been seeing, the price of flower at the legal stores have dropped significantly. And in some cases, it's cheaper than the black market. So again, edibles is something that's really standing out, and vapes and things like that. But again, we're starting to see the legal businesses start to offer more and more potency, more and more products in the concentrates. And like I said, I think edibles is the next thing to drop for the black market. I think we're going to start to see the government really start to pick up the slack there in that regard. Canadian adult use MJ sales edge up to 415.6 million in May. And that was a 1.2% increase over April, with the province of Quebec posting the largest monthly gain. And Quebec is still a ton. They don't even allow edibles really, and they still got vapes and things like that. So there's still a ton of growth just to be had here in Canada, and specifically in Quebec. Also, Matt Lamers, who is a writer for MJ Biz Daily and an analyst in the MJ space, he posted a tweet here. He sent a tweet on Twitter that was pretty interesting. Canada's top paid MJ CEOs in 2022 and how much their LPs lost money-wise. So Simon from Tilray, 25.7 million, lost 336 million. Gorenstein, who's with Kronos, 21.8 million, lost 168 million. And Klein, CEO of Canopy, 8.5 million salary and lost 3.3 billion. Martin, who is with Aurora, 6.7 million salary and lost 87 million. So we'll see who becomes the next Tim Cook. Massachusetts MJ sales hit new record of 152 million in June, with state nearing 5 billion in recreational purchase since market launch. I think I already mentioned that, but there was some more color on that. Also, Meta, so Facebook, will now allow limited CBD and hemp advertising on apps like Facebook and Instagram. So again, we're starting to see big tech even, start to capitulate and to conform to this medicine of the future. Top North Carolina lawmakers say he's very sure medical MJ bill won't advance this session. So again, not what we want to see, but the writing is on the wall, and we're starting to see, like I say, that game theory really start to play out. Maryland's first week of adult use MJ sales tops 20 million. We also have Trulieve MJ Corp to hold second quarter 2023 results conference call on August 9th, 2023. So look out for that. Also, they announced opening of medical MJ dispensary in Pooler. We also had opening of first medical MJ dispensary in Ohio, so entering Ohio, and Trulieve opening medical MJ dispensary in Sanford, Florida as well. Also, Curaleaf to report second quarter 2023 financial and operational results, and that will be after market close on August 9th. So look out for that as well. Also, MJ MSO Curaleaf lays off 49 employees in New Jersey. Curaleaf also may be the next MJ company and MSO multi-state operator to list on the Toronto Stock Exchange. We know that we had, I did a video on it here. What was it? TerraSend? Yeah, TerraSend began trading on the TSX on July 4th. So they were the first major MSO to uplist, and Curaleaf could be next by the looks of things. And I'm very bullish on Curaleaf. Full disclosure, I do hold it in my portfolio. It's one of, I say, in the top 5 biggest holdings in my MJ portfolio. I'm very, very bullish on Curaleaf long term. And we know that they're starting to go international into the European markets as well. Also, Curaleaf unveils strategic national rebrand of Select. So this had to do with live rosin X bites, high dose X bites. But again, if you want to learn more about that, you can check that out on your own time. And curious what people think of Curaleaf's products. I haven't tried them myself. I will be looking to do so in the future, hopefully not too distant future. But some of the best brands in the US, in my opinion. just from what I've seen, but curious what if anybody has tried them, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Curaleaf celebrates nationwide launch of new mobile app. So they announced on July 12th, they announced the launch of its first standalone mobile app that's available in all 19 states where the company operates. The app provides an easy, convenient way for patients and customers to order their favorite MJ products, receive exclusive updates on new products and discounts, as well as track and manage reward points via Curaleaf Rewards program. So great to see. I also know that High Tide here in Canada has a rewards program and things like that, membership that you can join the elite membership, and they were the first to do so as well. Also did a video on this, Philip Morris buying Israeli MJ firm for up to $650 million, and that's Psych Medical. If you want to learn more about that, check out the video that I posted. But great to see that we're seeing more big tobacco enter the space, and they're not entering the space to lose money. They probably think this is going to be the medicine in the future, and one of the biggest industries in the next 5, 10 years, decades to come. Also, MJ companies Aleafia and Red, White, and Bloom scrap merger. I did a video on this one, but it looks like they're going to be pulling out of that deal. Also, Wrigley wins lawsuit to keep Skittles' name off of MJ products. We know that there's been a lot of black market products that are using their trademarks, so not surprising to see that in the least. Organigram Q3 revenue declined 17% sequentially, so they posted a $213.5 million loss and frets over THC inflation. And then if we scroll down here, you can see their net revenue came in at $32.785 million. And then they had a loss per share, EPS negative 0.677. And then if we took a look at the EPS forecast, it was forecasting negative 0.722, so big miss there. And a big miss revenue estimate was 42.75 million, so big miss on both fronts. Also, Tilray Brands Inc. to announce fourth quarter and fiscal year 2023 financial results on July 26, so keep an eye out for that. And then also Riff, which is the Tilray brand. They launched new THC beverages for summer. I actually tried these. They're pretty good. Riff Blue Raspberry Ice and Wild Raspberry Lemonade. Let me know what you think of those in the comment section below. I'll be doing some more product review videos in the not too distant future as well. Also, Canopy Growth to pay cash and issue 90.4 million shares to reduce debt. That really hurt the stock price after it had rebounded quite nicely. And then Canopy I share consolidation after receiving NASDAQ warning. So it did receive a warning, and this was from July 17th, and was below $1 for 30 consecutive business days. And under the NASDAQ rule, Canopy has 180 calendar days from the issuance of the letter on July 11th to regain compliance. So 180 days, 6 months from July 11th. But as we know, we did get some companies that got another extension, but they're going to be proposing share consolidation range between 1 and 15. So for every share you have, that'll be cut by 15 essentially. Right, so price goes up, share count goes down. In the regular reverse split, regular stock split, share price goes down, and then the amount of shares go up. Right, it makes it easier for people to get a piece of the pie and be able to buy their shares, like Tesla and what Amazon did, Apple. Whereas in this case, it's going to be a 1 for 15 reverse split. So the share count will go down and the share price will go up, and that helps them qualify with the NASDAQ listing. But it's possible that they regain compliance organically, but I would say that they're more than likely going to be doing that reverse split 1 for 15 because it's just not looking good for Canopy right now. And there's really no path to profitability until at least 2025, in my opinion. But I don't think Canopy's gonna sink. I think they'll swim long term. But let me know what you think of this news in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this format. Again, I'm going to try to keep it between 10 and 15 minutes. This was a little longer this week because we had 2 weeks to go over. So appreciate everybody viewing the video, and if you have any suggestions to this new format, let me know in the comment section below. But going to end it there, it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you next week for another update and rapid fire news format video. All right, going to end it there. Hope you have a great weekend ahead, and we'll see you on the next video.